Hi out there, friends. Tonight, Snarl is in North Charleston, South Carolina, and it's been a wild week in RWL. And tonight's card will be a big factor in what happens at the upcoming Snarl and Rage Memorial Day card on the 26th. It's a loaded card tonight, with every match having key points of interest.
Please forgive him, but he is Wally Cardo. I'm Johnny Bianco, and with us, General Manager Tex Lynch, and I guess Wally's so amped for tonight's card, he forgot to introduce us.
Well, he's got just cause to be excited, GB. It is a thick and well-lined-up card. All kinds of action for the next 2 hours. We cordially invite you to stick around because it is going to be super. All right, you guys, we're going to start off the evening tonight with something a little bit different. The bizarre one, Goldust, making a rare appearance here on Snarl, facing the Hawaiian Lion, Big Jim Hondo, in single competition. You know, guys, I took a walk around Charleston today, and they've really done wonders with the place since 1983 when that nuclear bomb went off.
Wait, there was never a nuke detonation in Charleston. Where are you pulling this from, Tex?
There was, too. It was on television, and everybody saw it. A bunch of terrorists on a tugboat had a nuclear device, and they detonated it. Destroyed Charleston completely.
Oh, come on. That was a TV movie in 1983 called Special Bulletin. None of that was real.
Welcome, fans. Tonight's opening contest is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, from Hollywood, California, weighing 268 pounds, here's Goldust.
Hey, I tried. I can't put nothing over on you guys. The bizarre one, Goldust, putting in a super rare appearance in RWL tonight on Snarl. Set to go one-on-one against the Hawaiian Lion, Big Jim Hondo, with the Great Ramula by his side. Not often we see Big Jim Hondo or the Great Ramula in single competition, but that's going to happen tonight with Big Jim Hondo squaring off against Goldust.
Been a seriously long time between appearances for Goldust, his last being over a year ago when he faced Mr. Wrestling 2 in September 2023. But hey, it's sure nice to have the Golden One back tonight.
All right, it's Hawaiian War Chant time, and that means it's Big Jim Hondo time.
His opponent, accompanied by the Great Ramula from Kona, Hawaii, weighing 249 pounds, the Hawaiian Lion, Big Jim Hondo.
Hondo and Ramula are an inseparable pair. Where you see Jim, you see Ramula, and vice versa. And the Hawaiian Lion is putting in a rare singles appearance tonight against the Bizarre One. Seriously looking forward to this card opener. It's not often we see either of these guys doing a singles match.
I love the Hawaiian War Chant, don't you?
It's not our usual Christmas music, not by a long shot, but it is pretty upbeat.
I love it. And the fans seem pretty happy to see Big Jim Hondo. I think he's one of the greatest. So I'm really looking forward to this match with him and Goldust. And hey man, all these fans must be the kids of all those people who died in that explosion back in 1983. Alright, well here we go. Referee Willie Johnson rings the bell. Hondo charges. There's an elbow right to the face of Goldust. The Bizarre One counters with a jawjacker, backs Hondo off. Swing and a miss with the clothesline. Hondo connects with his clothesline. And a kick to the back of Goldust. Goldust goes around. Look at this beautiful wraparound neck breaker from the Bizarre One. Swings and misses with the kick to the back. Hondo tags him a right. Lines up the arm and, oh, look at this right here. Whoa, drop toe hold from Goldust. Goldust countered with a kick to the midsection. Hondo with a Lutez press and a series of hard right hands to the head, which puts Jim Hondo in the driver's seat, at least for the moment. There's a fist drop right to the head of Goldust. Hondo trying to wind up the arm, but Goldust counters with a forearm and backs him off. Goldust steps out of the ring for a minute. Oh, look at this. He's looking a little bit distressed. Hondo about to go after him. Oh, man. Slams his head into the lip of the apron. Oh, that's therapy for you. Rolls him back inside the ring. Big Jim Hondo about to follow him on in. The referee still counting. Still trying to get Hondo back in the ring. Finally, he does. Goldust whip to the corner. Counters the escapes the corner. Kick to the midsection. Hondo Tries for the belly to belly, but Goldust blocks it and takes him down. Goldust rounds up Big Jim Hondo. Head first into the buckle, and there's going to be a whole series of those, and Big Jim Hondo's going to be real messed up when he comes out of that one. Down goes the Hawaiian Lion. Goldust flips him over. What's he got in mind here? Drags him dead center ring right in the heart of the logo. Drops an elbow on the leg of Big Jim Hondo, and quickly goes for a cover. Oh man, not even a one. Hondo kicking out of that pin real quick. Goldust misses with the stomp. Big Jim Hondo whips him to the corner. There's a clothesline that collapses Goldust. Goldust counters with a kick. Gets back up on his feet real fast. Hondo lines up the arm and snaps it. A hard right puts Goldust into the corner. Seated up on the top turnbuckle. That's going to be real bad news for Goldust. Big Jim Hondo, the Hawaiian Lion, about to take him on a very long ride. Oh man. Long, but short and painful. Big Jim Hondo back on his feet. Goldust definitely got scrambled by that top rope superplex. Goldust counters with a kick. Hondo counters with a hard right. Swing and a miss by Big Jim Hondo. Goldust takes himself back inside the ring. Hondo spins him around. Whoa, man. What a nasty slam of the head right there. Hondo drags Goldust near center ring, goes for the cover and hooks the leg. 1, 2, only a 2. Another near fall in our opening match tonight. Goldust counters with an elbow. Hondo momentarily dazed. Goldust sets him. Oh man, spinning neckbreaker right there, and there's a cover. Big Jim Hondo. Look at this, the Great Ramula doing a little bit of distracting on his own. Well, that's unusual. Goldust whips Hondo to the far corner. Totally missed with the butt bump. Catches a knee to the back from Big Jim Hondo, the Hawaiian Lion, working the crowd here in North Charleston. Goes for the cover and hooks the leg. 1, 2, and again another near fall as Goldust kicks out of the pin. The Hawaiian Lion rounds him up. Clothesline to Goldust, followed up with a second, a rebound off the ropes, and a heel kick from the Hawaiian Lion takes Goldust down. Goldust rounded up to his feet again. Big Jim Hondo with a snap DDT, driving the head of Goldust into the canvas. A hard right puts Goldust against the ropes, and there's another clothesline from Big Jim Hondo that puts Goldust out on the floor. Rebound off the ropes again, and holy old hell, did you see that? Big Jim Hondo turned himself into a human missile, a Hawaiian human missile, on Goldust. Goldust counters with kicks to the leg of Big Jim Hondo, takes himself back inside the ring. Hondo follows him on in. Locks up Goldust, winds him up, neck breaker. The Hawaiian Lion with a flip over neck whip on the bizarre one. Goldust counters, gets back up on his feet. Goldust again dragging Big Jim Hondo near center ring, going for another pin, and look at this. Try for an illegal pin using the ropes for leverage. Hondo didn't appreciate that not one bit. Vertical suplex from Goldust. And like it or not, it's giving Goldust the advantage. Takes him down into a headlock right on the floor. The referee watching Big Jim Hondo. Goldust has it locked in pretty good. Man, Big Jim Hondo struggling to get free. I don't think he's going to be able to. Goldust releasing the hold. A kick to the midsection of Big Jim Hondo. Hondo counters with a beautiful arm drag. Hondo whips Goldust hard into the corner, and he just rebounded out painfully. Goldust slams Hondo's face down to the canvas. The bizarre one slammed to the canvas himself in retaliation by Big Jim Hondo. Goldust rolls out onto the floor. Looks like he might need a moment. Big Jim Hondo gonna follow him on out to the outside. A hard right, a second. Goldust counters with an elbow. Hondo counters. Goldust counters. Now these guys just trading shots on the outside. Goldust takes himself back inside. Hondo hangs him up over the top rope from the outside. Sets him up. Back suplex from Big Jim Hondo. Goldust rounded up again. Oh, a gouge of the eyes. Goldust done fooling around. There's a forearm from Big Jim Hondo. Hard right to the side of the head. Goldust whipped to the ropes. Another elbow to the face. And down goes Goldust again. Big Jim Hondo starting to show some signs of wear and tear here. The Hawaiian Lion sets it up. There's another beautiful DDT right dead center of the ring. Big Jim Hondo perhaps sensing victory might be near here. Goldust back on his feet. Up over the shoulders of Big Jim Hondo. Boom! Sit out Michinoku driver. Here's a cover. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. That is a wrap. Big Jim Hondo wins this matchup by pinfall. Let's turn it over to Buck Morton for the official time.
The time, 7 minutes and 21 seconds. Your winner by pinfall, Jim Hondo.
A pretty tough battle between these two. And while Goldust certainly presented a fairly difficult challenge, Big Jim Hondo more than met that challenge and ends up getting the Duke over the Bizarre One. A solid opening match. And guys, we're only just getting started tonight.
You're not kidding. Goldust was full of counters to several of Hondo's moves, and he had Hondo in more than one pinning predicament. But the Hawaiian Lion, able to hang with Goldie just long enough to outlast him. Great singles win for Hondo.
It most definitely was, and it was a dynamite opening match for tonight's Snarl. That is just the beginning of 2 hours of RWL mat action you're going to want to stick around for, folks. We got a whole lot more on tap, and it's all coming up right after the break, and we'd love it if you'd stick around.
As we continue, yes, the damn sectarians are definitely back, with the Gothic grappler Eason Valek set to compete tonight against the Olympic hero, Kurt Angle.
And double trouble with both Amanda Robinson and Georgia Washington at ringside for this one.
Yeah, the referee's going to have eyes in the back of his head. That's like Myron said on Rage when Jason Karloff showed up the other night. It was a peaceful couple of weeks.
Hey, I've been hearing rumblings that not only will Kazmanson, sectarian guru, be coming back really soon, but what's this I hear about them bringing new people into the fold? I'm sure you know more about it than I do.
Oh, it's just rumblings, like you said. We don't really know much. But Kaz is bringing in some new people. I'm guessing it's going to be those nuts from Retribution, because they're a bunch of like-minded ding-dongs.
Yeah, Retribution did put in an appearance a few weeks ago, and they're definitely painted with the same warped brush as the rest of the sectarians.
This next contest, set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, representing the sectarians, and accompanied by Amanda Robinson, from Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, weighing 210 pounds, the Gothic grappler, Eason Valek.
You know what, guys? After careful consideration, I've made up my mind that Valek here is definitely one of my least favorite sectarians, and I hate all of them. But there's something about Eason Valek I find particularly revolting. Maybe because he threatened me last year when I exposed the abduction of Naoko Hana and her twisted metamorphosis into Lilith Morella. Who am I kidding? I despise all of them. And that's really the bottom line.
Ain't that something, Wally? All this time, and he's still a horror bigot.
Actually, you're kinda wrong about that. But I am totally prejudiced when it comes to these lousy MFers after causing me a damn near nervous breakdown. I hope Kurt Angle rips Valek a new one.
I do got to admit, though, there's something particularly on the creepy side about Eason Valek. I don't know whether it's his eyes or those vampire teeth, or I'm not sure what the hell it is, but I guess I can kind of understand where you're coming from, GB.
He really is a creeper, and I'm not sure which is crazier between Kazmanson and Valek. I mean, just clap eyes on this guy. Plus, he's got his own entourage of kooks, including Amanda, Count Victor Mondo, and Xander Vorkov.
His opponent, accompanied by the Yankee Rose Miss Georgia Washington from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, weighing 223 pounds, here's Kurt Angle.
The Olympic hero goes into this match in need of a win because Kurt's been struggling the last several weeks. I'm right there with Johnny. I'd like to see Kurt tag the Gothic Grappler with a loss here tonight, and I'm also wondering what will happen with these two very sneaky ladies standing ringside for this match.
There's going to be all kinds of chicanery, probably on the side of Amanda Robinson, but don't be surprised to see Georgia Washington pull a little bit of sneakery on her own.
I'm so prejudiced against the sect and Valak that I'd almost welcome a little cheating from Georgia, especially if it leads to a loss for that cut-rate Vampiro.
Well, if there's anybody that can hand Eason Valak a loss, it would be this guy and his big old gold medal around his neck.
And to think, even with Georgia Washington backing him up, most fans wouldn't mind seeing Angle pick up a win over Eason Valak.
And I guess that's unanimous as far as all three of us sitting in the booth goes.
Could I maybe vote twice?
No. All right, well, here we go, the Gothic Grappler and the Olympic Hero. And remember, folks, keep your eyes on them ladies at ringside. Walt Rothburn rings the bell. Angle charges. Belly to belly on Eason Valak, right out of the gate. Hard right to the side of the head. Angle rounds up Valak. Valak, look at this, quick counter. Kurt Angle trying to turn it around here. Catches an elbow to the shoulder. Valak misses with the driving knee. Angle catches him again with another belly to belly. Eason Valak having himself a little bit of trouble for early on here. Hard right to the back from Kurt Angle. Followed up with another one. Head first into the buckle goes the Gothic Grappler. He counters, puts Angle in the corner, sits him up on the top turnbuckle. Angle counters and escapes. Misses with his move. Valak takes him down. Angle just a little bit too fast for Eason Valak. Hard right to the face. A headbutt. Kurt Angle countered. Eason Valak rounds him up in a dragon sleeper. Gouges the face of Kurt Angle. Takes him down to the mat. Valak rounds up Angle. Angle counters with a hard right. Kurt's got him up. Valak goes behind. Shoves him away. Whoa! Nasty slam right there. The Gothic Grappler taken down by Kurt Angle. Oh yeah, the Olympic Hero's hot. No question about that. Angle takes him down. Look at this. Using that bottom rope to hurt Eason Valak. Wow. Kurt Angle rolls him over. Covers and hooks the leg. Oh man, not even a one. Valak finding his way out real quick. The Yankee rolls. Georgia Washington watching her fellow work here. Kurt Angle, snap suplex on Eason Valak. Angle misses with that kick. Valak takes him down with a running clothesline. Angle steps on out again. Brings himself back in. Catches the kick from Valak and another gouge of the face from the Gothic Grappler. Angle goes behind, counters with a right to the back of the head. Side suplex from Kurt Angle. Eason Valak making his way, trying to make his way to a standing position, but he couldn't even get there. Angle drives a knee into the chest of Eason Valak. Valak catches the kick, counters it into a dragon screw. The Olympic Hero rounded up by Eason Valak. Oh, check this out. An abdominal stretch with a stomach claw. That's an unusual thing. Angle taken down. Rounded back up again. Angle puts a stop on the kick, drives an elbow into the leg of Eason Valak, rounds him up into a dragon sleeper. Valak counters. Hard whip into the far corner for Angle. Angle counters with an elbow to the face. Goes behind. German suplex on the Gothic Grappler. And Valak again finds himself seated into a corner, and this time he's busted open. Again, Kurt Angle driving that knee right into the chest, trying to knock all the wind out of Kurt Angle. Drags him center ring. Covers, hooks the leg. One. But just a one. Not even a two. Valak sits himself on up. Angle don't see him coming. Kurt Angle spins him around. Goes behind. He's got, oh, here we go. Rear naked choke. Right in the middle of the ring, but Valak powers out with a headbutt right to the nose of Kurt Angle. Angle rounded up. Turned around by Valak. And into a sleeper hold. Something of retaliation right there, but Angle tags Valak with a jawjacker and backs him the hell off. Kurt Angle rounds up Valak. Snap suplex right center ring. I'm waiting to see how long it's going to take before Amanda Robinson gets involved. A gouge of the eyes. Valak turns Angle around. Into the sleeper again for a second attempt. But Angle, one more time, tags him with a jawjacker. Kurt Angle still too strong for that. Angle winds up the arm. Valak counters with a forearm. A clothesline. Takes the Olympic hero down. He rolls on out to the floor. Ethan Valak going to go on out after him. Hard right. And another belly-to-belly suplex on the outside from Kurt Angle. As referee Walt Rothburn initiates the count. Angle rounds up Valak. Oh man, he is definitely fired up. The Olympic hero feeling it right now. Catches a kick to the midsection from Ethan Valak. Quickly taken down to the floor again. Oh man, quickly countered as well. Angle misses with that move. Valak rounds him up to a standing position again. They lock up, they tussle. Angle shoves him back. Tries for the double throat chop, doesn't get it. Valak rolls him back inside the ring. Angle back up on his feet. Goes behind. Tries for the German suplex again, but quickly countered by Ethan Valak. Oh, snapmare. And again, Ethan Valak using those sectarian tactics, gouging the face of Kurt Angle over and over again. Valak rounds up Angle, another gouge of the face. Angle rounds him up into a dragon sleeper. Valak counter slaps his hand away, and another slam to the Olympic hero. Angle rolls out onto the floor at the feet of Amanda Robinson. Right away, here we go. Assisting Kurt Angle in the ring. She should have been disqualified for that one alone. Valak countered with a fireman's carry from Kurt Angle. Angle misses with the overhand right, gets tagged with the right. Valak misses with his move. Angle delivers a kick. Valak again with another quick counter and another shot to the back of the head. Drives a knee into the back of Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle steps out for a quick regroup. Amanda Robinson looked like she tried to put the grab on him. Valak whips Angle to the ropes. Spine buster. Right center ring, right in the heart of the logo. Ethan Valak slowly rounding Kurt Angle up to a sitting position. Angle gathered back up to his feet. Nice arm drag counter from Kurt Angle. And a clothesline drops Valak like a bad habit. Valak rounded up again. Another kick to the midsection from Ethan Valak. Misses with the driving knee. Angle goes behind again. Another German suplex for the Gothic Grappler. And another slam from the Gothic Grappler to Kurt Angle. Angle rounded up again. Up over the shoulders of Ethan Valak. And there it is, the Valak driver. This could be the end right here. Valak covers, hooks the leg. 1, 2. Oh man, shut up. That was close. Okay, Kurt Angle powering out of a pin that he shouldn't have powered out of. Ethan Valak motioning he's going to go for the goozle. He's got him by the throat. And Angle counters the choke slam with a couple of elbows to the head. Goes behind again on Ethan Valak and another German suplex, not just one, but he's going for more. There's a second. Angle with that rear waist lock locked in. There's a third German suplex for Ethan Valak. That could be the end for the Gothic Grappler too. Angle covers. 1, 2. And again, another near fall. And this match is starting to get to be quite a ride. Ethan Valak back up on his feet. Angle counters him with the right. Swings and misses with the clothesline. Valak swings and misses with the clothesline. Belly-to-belly suplex again for Ethan Valak. Angle rounds him up again. Another counter from Ethan Valak. Swings and misses with the clothesline again. Angle whips him to the far corner. Kurt Angle turns Valak around real slow. Valak counters. Angle in the corner now. Angle counters, escapes the corner. Ethan Valak counters, also escapes the corner. Kurt Angle counters with a couple of elbows to the back of the head. Kurt Angle with yet another German suplex on Ethan Valak. And he is definitely going to be sore in the morning. Kurt Angle. This has this time to go tap or snap. There's the ankle lock. He may very well get it. He's got the leg locked in too. Referee Walt Rothburn checking on Ethan Valak. Amanda Robinson over there looking a little bit concerned on the top left of your screen. Angle releases the hold. Ethan Valek is laid out. Here's a cover. 1, 2. You gotta be kidding me, man. Wow. Yeah, Kurt Angle taking Walt Rothburn to test for his counting. Angle rounds up Valek again. Valek with another fireman's carry. Ethan Valek refusing to go down with the ship here. Swings and misses with a clothesline. A kick to the midsection from Kurt Angle. And another snap suplex. Leaves Valek laid out center ring. The Gothic Grappler, seated center ring, counters with an elbow to the midsection of Kurt Angle. Stands himself back on up. Swings and misses with the running knee. Angle tags him with a right to the back of the head and a snap mare. Well, now. Angle countered again by Ethan Valek with another elbow to the midsection. Angle getting another quick counter. Look at this. Trap suplex on Ethan Valek. Kurt Angle starting to look a little bit tired. He's going to have to wrap this up and bring it home quick if he's going to. Kurt Angle makes his way to the top turnbuckle. And there's a beautiful crossbody splash on the Gothic Grappler. Kurt Angle starting to lose a little bit of steam here. 1, 2. And again, Ethan Valek. I don't know what's keeping that man going, but it is unnatural. Kurt Angle gonna have to figure it out again, but he's got Ethan Valek in trouble. Hard right stuns Valek bad. Valek counters with a right. Valek whipped to the ropes. Head-on collision. Dragon sleeper from Angle, countered by Valek. Valek whips Angle to the far corner. Angle counters with an elbow. Goes behind on Valek, and again, another tripletta, another set of German suplexes for the Gothic Grappler. Uno, dos, tres. And there it is. Ethan Valek laid out face down center ring. Kurt Angle rolls him over, goes for the cover and hooks the leg here. 1, 2, 3, and finally this war of attrition ends with Kurt Angle picking up the win over the Gothic Grappler.
The time, 12 minutes and 42 seconds. Your winner by pinfall, Kurt Angle.
I said at the start of this one that Angle needed a win here, and man alive, he had to fight his butt off to get it, with Valek refusing to give in. But even Valek can only endure so many suplexes, and Kurt Angle was giving them away like Halloween candy. A solid win for the Olympic hero, and one he can totally be proud of.
That was totally satisfying. Now, if only Kurt would hand Georgia Washington her walking papers.
You have a mighty long wish list, Mr. Bianco. Oh, yes, indeed, the Olympic hero Kurt Angle does pick up a much-needed win over the Gothic Grappler Ethan Valek. And, well, we've got a whole lot more RWL Sn Rl coming up. So stick around, because we're going to be right back after the break with another great matchup.
Okay, after a sobering loss to the big boss man, Boston Connor returns tonight, along with AJ Hawk, as the Toxic Table, determined to prove themselves worthy. Get set to face ECW pioneers Rob Van Dam and Sabu.
This next tag team contest, set for one fall, with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first, combined weight unknown, the team of Boston Connor and E.T. Hawk, the Toxic Table.
I know there's lots of fans who don't particularly care for the Toxic Table or any of Pat McAfee's other hangers-on, but looking at them objectively, they may not be great, hell, they may barely scrape by on adequate. But they do put in an effort at least still. They remain lower on the food chain around here than Logan Paul, and I have a hunch they're about to receive another really painful lesson they're not likely to forget from RVD and Sabu.
The former ECW Tag Team Champions under Bill Alfonso were winning matches and spilling blood, while their opponents were being rocked to sleep by their moms. I know Boston Connor had that upset over Boss Man, but I don't see lightning striking twice tonight for the Toxic Table.
Man, I would have given real money if Myron Schimmelman had made this a no rules match. That would have been really cool and probably would have been a thing of beauty and a joy for about 2.5 minutes.
You're generous, Tex. I wouldn't have guessed it would last that long.
About as long as the flavor on a stick of fruit striped gum.
Whoa, baby, the crowd in Charleston's come alive. We haven't seen RVD and Sabu as a team for well over a year and a half. Awesome seeing them back together.
Their opponents, at a combined weight of 465 pounds, from Battlefield, Michigan, Rob Van Dam, and from Bombay, Michigan, the homicidal, suicidal, genocidal, death-defying Sabu.
You know, when you talk about tag teams, you hear a lot about the Road Warriors and the Dudley Boys and the like. Rob Van Dam and Sabu belong in that class. They're highly underrated.
Their run as ECW World Tag Champs is the stuff of legends, and talk about a powerful pair of high flyers who aren't the least bit afraid to put their bodies on the line when it comes down to winning. I really think this is gonna be a pretty rough go for Connor and AJ Hawk. Wonder how long they'll last, because like Johnny, I doubt these gents will be logging a win in the books for this matchup.
Is that a blackjack he was carrying? Not that I have ever seen one before. All right, well, it's going to be AJ Hawk and Rob Van Dam starting us off in this tag team matchup. Oh, this is going to be juicy, fellas. Tom Kanamura sounds the bell. Off we go. AJ Hawk with a couple of rights and a clothesline that takes Rob Van Dam down to the canvas center ring. AJ Hawk with a headbutt takes down RVD, follows it up with a stomp to the midsection. Rob Van Dam brought up here. Look at this. Gut wrench powerbomb with a pin. 1, 2. Oh, not even a 2, just a 1. Rob Van Dam kicking out. AJ Hawk back on his feet. Tags Rob Van Dam with another right. Rob Van Dam rolls behind him. He tags him with still another right. Okay. Well, now, up over the shoulders of AJ Hawk goes Rob Van Dam into a torture rack. A submission move for Rob Van Dam. Tags AJ Hawk with a couple of shots to the head. He has to let go. RVD tries to rebound off the ropes and slips away from AJ Hawk. A DDT. Smashing the dome of AJ Hawk right into the canvas. Rob Van Dam rounds him up, sets him up, has him up, slams him down. Oh man, face first too. Inverted slam. Here comes Sabu. And watch out, this is going to be good. AJ Hawk coming to his senses outside the ring. Sabu just waiting. Look at this. He goes after Boston Connor. And Rob Van Dam is being beaten up by AJ Hawk on the other side. Meanwhile, Sabu, whoa, flying from the top rope into an arm drag on Boston Connor. AJ Hawk slams Rob Van Dam down to the floor. Referee counting just about everybody here. Blatant choke from Sabu. Well, he's on the outside. Not much the referee can do about it. AJ Hawk makes his way back inside the ring. Rob Van Dam taking his time about getting back in there. Sabu still working on Boston Connor. Pitches him towards the barricades. Sabu rounds up Boston Connor again. Rob Van Dam brought in the hard way by AJ Hawk. Sabu has Boston Connor by the hair, rolls him into the ring too. He ain't even legal. How about that? AJ Hawk snaps the arm of Rob Van Dam, catches the dropkick from Sabu, tags Sabu with a hard right. Now we got both legal men back in the ring. Sabu slips behind, inverted DDT on AJ Hawk. Sabu gathers him up with a shush. Whoa! Spinning neck breaker. Nicely done by Sabu. Sabu gathers up AJ Hawk. Hard whip into his team's corner. He's not going to tag in Rob Van Dam, though. He is calling for a running bulldog. Boom! Face first, right into the canvas for AJ Hawk. Sabu covers. But just a 1. Boston Connor trying to save his buddy from the pin here. Sabu off the top rope. Beautiful moonsault from Sabu. Oh, man, this guy's crazy. AJ Hawk is laid out. Well, he's just daring Boston Connor to come on in. Another blatant choke right in front of the referee like Sabu gives a damn. Sabu off the ropes. Rolling Thunder. A play out of the Rob Van Dam playbook. Goes after Boston Connor again. Returns his attention to AJ Hawk. And yet again, oh, Rolling Thunder did not work that time. Sabu catching a couple of knees from AJ Hawk. AJ whips him to his team's corner. And here comes Boston Connor for the first time. There's a spiteful kick to the ribs from Boston Connor. Boston Connor slams Sabu. Boston Connor, he's real cocky. Oh man, just whips Sabu over the top rope out onto the floor to the feet of AJ Hawk. AJ Hawk decides he's going to go after Sabu. And Boston Connor's going after Rob Van Dam. These guys do not play fair. And I'm telling you that much. Root slam from AJ Hawk on Sabu. Boston Connor slams Rob Van Dam into the apron. AJ Hawk slams Sabu. All four men on the outside with the referee counting. Boston Connor decides to lend a little hand here for Sabu. Pitches him towards the barricades. Makes his way back inside the ring. Rob Van Dam is still laid out on the outside. Here comes Sabu off the top rope and a Hurricane Rana on Boston Connor. Man, Sabu is just amazing. Boston Connor trying to make his way to his corner, gets a stomp to the back from Sabu. And oh man, spiked thumbs, repetitive spiked thumb. Oh man, Sabu is not fooling around. I know that hurt. Boston Connor's feeling that. Off the top rope again, there's another moonsault from Sabu, and here's a cover. 1, 2. Again, another near fall. Boston Connor gonna take a little bit more to put him away. Here comes Rob Van Dam on the tag. The whole freaking show goes to work on Boston Connor. There we go. Yep, Rob Van Dam. The man from Battle Creek, Michigan, gathering up Boston Connor. Winds up his arm, kicks him in the chest. And a little bit more, just in case you forgot who he was. Wow. Rob Van Dam tags him with a kick to the back. RVD makes his way to the middle rope and misses with the crossbody. Boston Connor catches a right from Sabu. Sabu comes in over the rope with an elbow drop. Rob Van Dam delivers a couple more stomps. He's catching a stereo beating. RVD takes a rod to the far corner. Boston Connor draws his head into the turnbuckle. Rob Van Dam on the wrong side of town and catching a little bit of help. Boston Connor moves in on RVD again. Another kick to the midsection. He's got him set up for a powerbomb, but Rob Van Dam decides he'd rather not take the ride. Tries to drive a knee into Boston Connor, misses, but catches him with a nice suplex. RVD again off the middle rope. Beautiful crossbody. And here's a cover. 1, 2. Man. All right, Boston Connor might be a little tougher than we give him credit for, but here comes Sabu on the tag, and he is clutching his chest like something ain't right. Sabu rounds up Boston Connor. Lifting up. Whoa, that was a nice impromptu power slam right there. 1, 2. And again. I don't know what's keeping Boston Connor going, but it's preternatural. Boston Connor makes his way to a standing position. Counters the whip on Sabu. Sabu, whoa, did you see that? Whoa. Follows it up with a drop kick and a kick up. Oh no, Boston Connor can't keep up with Sabu, ain't no way. Boston Connor whip to the ropes. Sabu catches him. Oh, look at this great counter from Boston Connor. Turns it into a slam. Boston Connor rounds up Sabu. Hard whip to the corner. Hard shot to the head of Sabu. Goes behind on Sabu. Boston Connor with a back suplex on Sabu. Tags in AJ Hawk. Sabu laid out on the wrong side of town. Oh, look at this. Boston Connor watching as AJ Hawk sets up. Oh, there's a knee and there's a clothesline to Sabu. I will give the Toxic Table this much. This has been one of their better performances. Clubbing overhand right to Sabu. Double axe handle takes him down to the mat. AJ Hawk rounds him up. Sabu tries to counter but catches a cheap shot from Boston Connor and a clothesline from AJ Hawk. Now he's taking a stereo beating too. Look at this. Sabu out of nowhere with a wheelbarrow bulldog. That's Sabu. Watch out when he goes over them ropes, man. Cover 1. But again, just the one. This match has turned out to be pretty good. A shoulder to Boston Connor, takes him down the floor. A.J. Hawk. The Sabu in the front cradle. Drives him back into the turnbuckle, turns him out center ring. Covers and hooks the leg. One. And again, just a one. The toxic table. Kind of surprising, actually. A.J. Hawk, a sit-out powerbomb on Sabu. A.J. Hawk gathers Sabu up to a standing position again. Hard whip to the opposing team's corner again. Sabu counters, gets out of the corner, locks up A.J. Hawk. Oh, man. Inverted atomic drop and a beautiful drop kick from a laying down position. Little series of rocket kicks to the head for A.J. Hawk as Sabu goes in for the cover. One. Again, another near fall. A lot of pins in this matchup. Hard right from A.J. Hawk. Hawk whips him to his team's corner. Here comes Boston Connor on the tag. They're going to hold him in place. Another nasty kick to the ribs from Boston Connor. A hard right to Sabu. A second and a third. And then a left and then a right. Locks up Sabu. Drives him back into the corner again. And here's another tag. Okay, well, the toxic table seems to be working pretty efficiently as a team. And they're about to set up double snap suplex on Sabu. A.J. Hawk going after Rob Van Dam again. Tags him with a right. Boston Connor turns his attention to Sabu on the other side of the ring. Gathers Sabu to a standing position. A.J. Hawk catches a counter from Rob Van Dam. Sabu rolls back inside the ring. A.J. Hawk rounds him back up. They lock it up. Elbows to the midsection from Sabu on A.J. Hawk. Sabu, whoa, what a tilt-a-whirl into an armbar. Gotta be impressed with that. A.J. Hawk escapes the hold. Locks up Sabu. Pretty good power bomb right there. Excuse me. Power slam, pardon me. He's got Sabu up over the shoulders. And there's a running power slam too. Sabu in trouble as Boston Connor comes in on the tag. Sabu real slow getting to his feet. There's a slap across the face from Boston Connor. Sabu grabs him before he can reach the ropes, tags him with a shot to the back, whips him to his team's corner. Oh, man. Sabu tags him with a shot to the chest. Look at this rope work over here into a gorgeous arm drag. Wow. Took him halfway across the ring. Covers, hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. I don't know. I think A.J. Hawk figured he was going to get out, but he didn't. RVD and Sabu win this one.
The time, 11 minutes and 4 seconds. Your winners by pinfall, Rob Van Dam. And Sabu?
Well, Johnny, they lasted a hell of a lot longer than I thought they would. Rob Van Dam and Sabu definitely teaching the lesson to Boston Connor and A.J. Hawk. Yeah, don't F with the Eagles if you don't know how to fly. Folks, there's still a whole lot more coming up, including Liberty Bell Danielle Heathcote coming up when we come back.
Well, as everyone knows by now, Wendy and Nikki Judas Hardcore are the current RWL Women's World Tag Team Champions, and it's created quite the firestorms among RWL fans. The Angels of Anarchy are clearly the most rejected women's tag champs we've ever seen around here.
The title change has also had an effect on former champs American Powers, and yeah, fans are concerned about whether or not Patty Powers and Liberty Bell Danielle will be able to regain the titles on the 26th at the Memorial Day card.
However, in the here and now, coming up, Liberty Bell Danielle is here tonight and ready to try and get a bit of revenge on Dakota Kai, who beat Patty Powers in their previous encounter.
But to their credit, though, both Danielle and Patty Powers trying to maintain an optimistic viewpoint.
The following contest is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, she's an RWL Ladies Dual Champion and the reigning Snarl Women's Champion, All-American Liberty Bell, Danielle Heathcote.
She certainly looks like she's staying positive to me. That's American Powers, though. Both she and Patty Powers have been busy and training intensely in whatever off time they can get their hands on. And still very proud of the singles titles they're both still holding. This match between Danielle and Dakota is part retaliation for Dakota's win over Patty recently.
Danielle's grabbed up a mic, very interested to see what she might say.
Okay, really quick. Pats and I want to thank the fans who have stood behind us for the last year and a half. And let me just tell you, we are going to be training very hard these next couple of weeks for the return match with the Angels of Anarchy on the 26th. We want the Women's World Tag Titles back, and we're going to get them. I promise you that. We know you really don't even want the AOA as the champions, because like us, you know they're dishonest, and not just a little bit cowardly, and nobody wants Women's World Tag Champs like that. With that out of the way, let me mention my opponent Dakota Kai, who's come into RWL trying to make a name for herself. I don't mind that, because that's what we all do here. Just not at our expense, and definitely not right now, when we're focused on the Angels of Anarchy. You hurt my partner Dakota. Not badly, but enough that I want to pay you back for it.
It's true. Patty Powers had to be checked by our staff physician after having taken the chiropractor finisher of Dakota Kai's, a spinning pair of knees into the back. Definitely a finishing move of some significance.
Her opponent from Auckland, New Zealand, here's Dakota Kai.
Dakota Kai, definitely one of the more successful recent arrivals around here. Her win streak is pretty decent. So far, so good for Dakota Kai. But she's about to face Liberty Bell Danielle Heathcote, and she's in the mood, so who can say?
The win over Patty Powers certainly has some fans a little shook, yet fascinated at the same time, since no one was expecting Dakota to perform quite so successfully. We all figured that, like Blair Davenport or Carmella, that her success starting out wouldn't have been quite as fast as it has. Still, no matter whose side you're on, Dakota Kai has been making an impact in her first few appearances.
Yeah, and it seems to be a little bit more than luck. Dakota Kai did have pretty good success back in the WWE. Well, let's see how she does here against Liberty Bell Danielle as Willie Johnson rings the bell. The ladies come center ring. Dakota Kai with a dragon sleeper on Danielle. Releases the hold. And into a running bulldog. Danielle trying to get back up on her feet. Here we go. Swing and a miss. Whoa, a drop toe hold leaving Dakota Kai draped on the middle rope. And Danielle putting the boots to the back of Dakota Kai. And rallying the crowd too. Oh, Dakota Kai back up on her feet against the ropes. Danielle goes over the top rope and out on the floor. Oh man. Dakota Kai gonna follow her on out. Danielle catches a kick to the chest. Dakota Kai gathers her up again. Danielle counters with a kick to the gut. Fails to connect, catches a kick to the midsection from Dakota Kai. Dakota with the right catches a kick from Danielle. Another an elbow from Dakota Kai. Both ladies back inside the ring now. Danielle whips Dakota Kai to the far corner. Sets her up on the top turnbuckle. I don't know if it's going to be a superplex or not. I don't think so. Danielle up on the middle rope. Nope, not a superplex. Just a big-time superplex in the middle of the ring. Oh, man. Dakota Kai evidently rocked by that one. Danielle all the way up on the top turnbuckle. Here we go. Oh, missile dropkick. Takes Dakota Kai down. She rolls out onto the apron using the ropes to get herself back up. Liberty Bell Danielle countered by Dakota Kai. Makes her way back inside the ring. Danielle whips her right back out on the apron a second time. Sets her up. Brings her in the hard way via vertical suplex. Danielle Heathcote catches a leg sweep from Dakota Kai. Kai rounds her up again. Danielle counters with a hard right. Oh, here we go. Snap mirror. Okay, and into a hammerlock here. Oh, she's got it locked in real good too. Dakota Kai not able to find her way out. Referee Willie Johnson checking on things real careful. Man, she has got it locked in pretty good. Releases the hold. Dakota Kai catches a stomp. Counters with an elbow to the leg. Misses with the punch. Catches a kick to the midsection from Danielle. There's another kick. And a series of rocket-style kicks to the midsection and a hair toss to the opposite side of the ring. Danielle Sponsor up. Oh, here we go into a Fujiwara, modified Fujiwara armbar. Definitely a possible submission. The ref checking on Dakota Kai. Dakota Kai unlocks the leg and finds her way out of the hole. Catches the kick. A fireman's carry from Dakota Kai. Kai with a kick to the midsection on Danielle. And oh, there it is, the chiropractor. Those double knees to the back. And that spinning motion. That's a nasty move. Dakota Kai goes for the cover, hooks the leg. 1, 2, but only a 2 count. Danielle getting the right shoulder up just in time. But that chiropractor is nasty. Dakota Kai catches a jaw jacker from Danielle. A chop across the chest. Up over the shoulders goes Dakota Kai. And hung up on the top rope. Deep all center ring. Danielle making her way to the top turnbuckle again. And here we go. Oh, misses with the diving knee. Look at this Dakota Kai with a little bit of cockiness here. Those ladies missed their move. There's a clothesline from Dakota Kai, and there's a second one. And there's a third one. Danielle into the far corner. Dakota Kai moves in. Here we go. He's warming it up, taking it a long way around, and a boot right to the face of Danielle Hiko. Danielle rounded up. She shoves her away. Dakota Kai whips her to the opposing far corner. Tags her with an elbow. Danielle being brought center ring. Dakota Kai again going for the cover here. 1, 2, and no. Liberty Bell Danielle kicking out of the pin. Dakota Kai not happy with Willie Johnson or his count. Dakota Kai stalking Danielle here. Kick to the midsection, a rebound off the rope, and there it is again, the chiropractor. Those double knees right to the back, and here's the cover. 1, 2, 3. Well, just damn. Dakota Kai defeats Liberty Bell Danielle by pinfall, and I don't believe it.
The time, 4 minutes and 51 seconds. Your winner by pinfall, Dakota Kai.
Well, man, what's the deal with this young lady? She's now scored yet another win over a top-rated champion, and it's just uncanny. The chiropractor claims another victim, giving Dakota Kai some fairly serious momentum looking forward. I flatly refuse to call this a slump for AP. I see it more as Dakota Kai in the role of one very hungry shark. As for American powers, maybe it's time to put aside singles competition and devote all their time and energy toward the rematch with the Angels of Anarchy on the 26th. Pretty sizable upset win for this New Zealand newcomer Dakota Kai.
I'm betting that's exactly what they'll do. All these non-title singles matches are just opportunities for frustration and a possible risk of further injury. And save revenge against Dakota Kai for another day.
Yep. Well, that takes care of the first hour tonight here on Snarl. Stick around because hour 2 is coming up and it's going to be just as wild. See you soon.